What's up? What's up? What's up? And good evening. Welcome back to another episode of Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole. We are on episode 15. I thank each and every person who shows up here, everybody who will show up here tonight to engage in this discussion. I really appreciate each and every person. What's up, Nope? How are you doing tonight? It's so good. I feel like when I miss a week, I feel like I've been gone for forever. So please forgive me. But we got a lot of catching up to do. It's a lot going on out there in the news. And I know that you all send me things as well. I do want to start off with Mr. Someone had me look up Abuka Obi. I'm going to start off with Mr. Abuka because this is a short story. I did look into him. Have y'all heard of anything called Sapphic water? Sapphic water? So apparently this is the big deal with this guy's ministry. They're calling this man daddy. Now, I don't know if they're calling him daddy because they think he's fine, or if they're calling him daddy because he is Catholic and they're, rolling him into father like they call the Pope. But he's apparently has this water that has healing properties. And this man has become a millionaire off of it. These people are throwing themselves at his feet, throwing money at him. I can't understand what his sermons are about. Really, really thick accent for me. So I apologize about that. But so far, that's what I've seen. I don't know if he's a false prophet in any kind of way, because again, I haven't really heard him talk about scripture. But then again, I really don't hear Catholics talk scripture anyways. But for him, yeah, he's got some kind of healing water that he is promoting. And they are making it like it has all these healing properties and it's fixing all these ailments and things like that. So I don't know if you guys have heard about that or if you yourselves have tried it. I definitely want to get some more information about it. I don't hear about it over here in the States. So yeah, I'm gonna just need a little bit more information about that. So yeah, I just want to kickstart that off because that was pretty short. I haven't really found too much on him, but a lot is going on in the news. A lot's going on in the news. One thing that I've noticed, so I'm in the comment section, like as I always am. Witchcraft can yeah, it can. Yes, it can. And that's kind of what I'm a little bit worried about because again, I've never heard of this water before. I've never it's just kind of hard to speak on because I don't know what ailments it's supposed to be curing. And how, in fact, because he's making it seem like it's a miracle water. So I don't know if this is some type of blessing that they've put over this water or how exactly the blessings are infused in this water. I don't know. I don't really know how it goes, but I'm just a little worried about things like that because, like you said, these people know how to practice witchcraft as well. And when you got people falling at your feet, calling you daddy and all that kind of stuff, I just don't know. I just don't know. People weren't even calling Jesus daddy. So it's a bit much for me. But again, this man has made millions and millions of dollars off of this stuff. So good evening. Good evening. So I'm going to keep looking into him and seeing if I can see anything different. But again, he's not really preaching sermons. It's really just people surrounding him and he's healing them in some type of way. So I'll keep my eye on it. But so far, that's all I got on that. I did watch that movie that y'all had me watch. Now I know I messed around and asked, I said it's a horror movie and y'all said it's not scary. And I meant to say I don't mind scary movies, but blood and gore is not my thing. But I did find the movie very, very interesting. And I think that it kind of goes into what I'm going to be talking about on the next Patreon exclusive, which y'all, when I bring this to the forefront, I hope you guys are as baffled as I am, but it's really going to be along the lines of the subterranean creatures and things like that that are under the sea and under the earth that apparently everybody knows about. All these cultures know about. And yeah, I liked it. I liked it once I understood what it was about. When it just seemed like it was just killing and all that kind of stuff, I definitely didn't like it. But once I started to understand and you guys kind of explained it to me a little bit more, I was like, oh, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. And it also kind of, like I said, it kind of pushes you into the other conspiracies about what's underneath the earth and whether or not the elites, one, know about this stuff, and if they are using these creatures to control us and present us as sacrifices. And so that's kind of what I saw. I know that was kind of the main part of the movie is that these people are underground and they're dictating everything, and then we are to be the sacrifices. And that's, I feel like that theme always comes up. And so yeah, when I drop this next video, I think it's gonna make a lot more sense. So I appreciated it. I did like it. Um, I just have a weak stomach, so it was hard to watch, but I definitely appreciated that. I also hear that there's another movie that has a similar title to it. I think it's called I know my husband was telling me about it. He said it's called A Knock at the Cabin. Have y'all heard of that one? And he said that one's about the four horsemen. So yeah, I'm gonna actually use this movie and tie it into this next Patreon exclusive because I think it really has to do once again with these subterranean creatures that everybody knows about that they apparently have been meeting for the last few centuries. And from kind of like we talked about a couple weeks ago, these creatures are going to start coming to the surface, and a lot of them are going to be coming out of the water. And apparently, all these ancient cultures knew about it, and they are expecting them to come back and come out of the water. So, very, very interesting videos coming up. So I definitely appreciate that. I need another movie, y'all. I need another movie to watch when I'm writing and doing all this research and stuff. I watch movies, so I appreciate that one. What's next on the list? So, y'all, please let me know if y'all have heard about this. So, obviously, all these wildfires are breaking out. And I don't know if y'all know Selena Gomez. She's apparently a singer actress, and she's all on the internet boohoo crying about the illegal immigrants that are being deported. And for whatever reason, something made me go to the comment section, and I did. And they're accusing Miss Selena of being involved with Kanika Jenkins' death. Have y'all heard about that? So apparently, Selena was on her deathbed, dying of lupus, and she needed a kidney transplant. I'm just telling y'all what the rumor says. So around June 17th, she gets her friend and fellow actress, believe by the name of Francia Rosia, I don't know how to pronounce her name, to donate a kidney for her. Now, what I read was that the kidney didn't take, and they end up having to take a vein out of Selena's leg and then helping out with her kidney in that way. I don't know, but they're saying that, okay, so you remember that. Yeah. So apparently, yeah, again, I don't really get into Selena like that. I just knew she dated Justin Bieber. I don't really know her music. I think I know one song by her, and that's really it. So Selena gets surgery in about June 2017 to get a kidney transplant from her friend. But they're saying that the hotel that Kanika was found in actually belongs to one of Selena's relatives. And that what they needed to do was, I guess, find a victim so that she can give Selena the kidney that she needed. And the reason why Kanika was found in the freezer is because obviously you need to keep the organs cool in order to make that happen. Now, again, I don't remember any of this. But again, I'm going through the comments, I'm going through the threads. Now, they also brought to the forefront. Now, hopefully y'all know who Gucci Mane is. If not, I'm gonna put him on the screen. Now, Gucci Mane, the Gucci Mane on the left is the one that most of us knew about. Most of us knew about Gucci Mane on the left, but he ends up getting into a confrontation with one of Young Jeezy's associates. They run up on him. Gucci ends up having to kill this man, or end up shooting at these. It's like 4 guys. Ends up shooting at him. Ends up killing one guy. Okay, it turned out to be Young Jeezy's friend. Now, Gucci, when he gets out of jail, he looks like the guy on the right. I know it ain't Gucci. I know, that's what I'm thinking. It's not Gucci. And exactly, not from our childhood. Now, do y'all know who Hobson is? If you don't know, Hobson is I don't know if you would call him underground, but I know not too many people know about him. He's a rapper, but this is what he says. I'm gonna play y'all the video of what he says happened to him and Gucci Mane.
And shout out to R6 Eclipse for recording this.
I've been personally playing for about 8 years now. It started around around Illmind 5 when that came out, because the song was so big, and they told me I had to kind of sacrifice something. They said, you're gonna have to pay it back because you just put this information out there, and this is gonna put people in the wrong mindset of what we're trying to do in society. So they told me that if I don't do these list of things, then they're going to hurt my family or hurt, people that I really care about. And they told me to go to this office. It was on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. And then when I went in, I asked them over the phone, what are they going to have me do? They said they couldn't tell me. And then when I went into the office, they sat me down, and it was like an all white room, and they opened one of the doors, and it had a Gucci suit. A Gucci bodysuit. And I said, oh no, please don't tell me that is what I think it is. They said, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is, pal. And I said, no, please no, not the Gucci suit. They said, it's the Gucci suit. This is the only way that you can repay for what you've done. And I said, not the Gucci suit, please. And they said, it's the Gucci suit. They said, we've ran some facial recognition programs on you, and you're going to need to be this man, and you're going to need to also contradict whatever you speak about so you can create a balance in this scene of hip hop that you're in, because you're the only one who can really pull it off. And I said, oh man. So yeah, they came out with this whole thing. Gucci Mane is actually, he's locked up somewhere and he's still fat. He never.
Okay, so he's Hobson. Didn't Selena have a whole show about having a murder in a hotel? See, I'm not sure, because I don't know her like that. I don't follow her stuff, but what I was able to find though is that if she got a movie like that, that's definitely strange. But this is her video. This is her music video with Gucci Mane. Now, I didn't put any music in it because I don't want any copyright going on. But this chick shows herself in this music video popping a pill and then stumbling around in the freezer. Now, according to the reports with Kanika, they said that she had alcohol and weed in her system, but she also had a pill or a drug called that I guess they called Topamax. And when you mix that with alcohol, it gives the effects of hypothermia, I guess onset hypothermia. So I don't know if they were just preparing her, and then they end up putting her in the freezer. I don't know what. But people thought it was really strange that she ends up having this video of her being in the freezer after popping a pill, and then Kanika once again popped the pill and then ended up in the freezer. Exactly, Freddie B. Art coming to life. And so I just thought that was pretty strange because, again, hadn't heard anything like that. She looks like an innocent girl. You don't think that it could be a rumor. Could be a rumor. But I thought that was just pretty interesting that people were connecting her to this. Now, the guy that was actually doing the investigating on it, his name was Zach TV. He ended up getting killed behind it. They were, calling him, threatening him. Like apparently he was too close to the truth and they end up having to take him out. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that in the comment section when under the video of her crying about illegal immigrants. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. But yeah, I believe it's an imposter as well, just because he doesn't look anything like the Gucci we know. Definitely not the same size or nothing like that. But yeah, I heard Hobson can rap though. I definitely heard that. What's up, DeAndre? How are you doing, sir? Not too much. I did a recap on Ibuka Obi. I know I was told to look into him and just found that he has this special miracle water that he's promoting that everybody's paying him they're paying him so much money that he's a millionaire because of it, and they call him daddy. So I'm going to watch some more of his sermons just to kind of see where he's at as far as the word is concerned. But so far, that's what I got. But he's definitely got these ladies and some of these men. He's definitely got a hold on him. I can see that. So, and then I kind of recapped the cabin in the woods just because I didn't talk about it too much because I am going to tie it into some other research that I've been doing, but I did find it a very, very interesting movie, especially that they're talking about the creatures that are underneath the earth. And so many ancient civilizations have talked about this. And so in my mind, I just don't think that people just bring stuff like this for no reason, especially centuries and centuries worth of information. I don't think people are just making it up. I think they really see these creatures. So yeah. But no, that's interesting though. She did have a movie of her solving a murder in a hotel. It's just truth in plain sight, y'all. That man's soul was lost because the minute he put the banana split ice cream towel on his face. That was weird. But yeah, we ain't seen him since. We have not seen him since. I agree, Freddie B. Art coming to life. Exactly. Yeah, I think, Selena is a Disney kid actor and all them kids are Illuminati heavy. Exactly. And wasn't she in a show called The Wizards of Wizardly Place or something crazy like that? She was a wizard in a show. That's all I know. So I'm not surprised. And she's claiming that the transplant and all that made her broke. I doubt it. I really doubt it. You said demon infused water. I don't want to say what else could it be, but I don't know. I guess my beliefs don't take me to us being able to bless water and then drink it and be healed of all of our ailments. So, but apparently there's testimony of people being healed. I don't know how long they're healed for, but they claim that they are. So ain't no telling. Was it? It was one of your favorite shows. I never watched it. In no shade. I just didn't watch it. What do I think of all these airplane crashes? Something's fishy. Because what is that, like 3 this week? And one of them was a medical transport. So I don't know what that's about. Because the last time I heard about a whole bunch of medics and stuff like that dying was those holistic doctors. Like they killed them all on one plane. And so now you got these medics that are died. And then that first plane crash that killed the Olympic figure skaters, or the American figure skaters, that raised an eyebrow to me, because the Olympics are coming up next year. So I don't know if it's some type of sacrifice. I don't know. But I definitely think that it's a little strange. But to be honest, I don't know what the agenda is behind it. I really don't. He said, if it ain't in the Bible and none of the gods people did it, the water ain't from God. Trump trying to pin it on DEI and raise racial tension. See, and that's, I agree with definitely the first part. So I don't know I'm just so lost with this whole DEI and all that kind of stuff. It all just seems like an agenda to me to get us all to fight. But what I do see is that he's ruffling a lot of feathers. And although some of our feathers might be ruffled, I see that he's ruffling the cabal's feathers. The deep state, that's who's really upset. Because who gets hurt if they abolish income taxes? It ain't gonna be us. It's gonna be the central banks who are no longer making money off of us. So if he goes and he starts undoing all that the deep state has done over the however many years, he's already shutting down the sex trafficking tunnels, and he's doing all abolishing taxes. If he's doing all this, the only people he's making mad, I mean, again, besides people that already hate Trump, is the elites. And in my mind, the only thing I can see, I really, really hate to say it because I'm not wishing bad on nobody unless you're of the devil. And that's the freaking Simpsons episode. Like, what is going to be the reason why they want to take this man out? And the only thing that I could think of is he's messing with the deep state's agenda. All these folks think Trump's going to save them. I mean, they always think somebody going to save them. They always think that. Freddie B said, Trump said he was a peacemaker. And all I could think of is when they say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction. So every time they say safety to me, my ears start perking up. And again, this man could be a wolf in sheep's clothing. And so again, I'm not saying he is, I'm not saying he's not. I ain't putting it past none of these people. None of them. DEI, deport every illegal. Oh, if you know, like I know, they are out deep. ICE is out deep right now. Anybody they can ask, where were you born? They are asking. Let's just say I've been asked 3 times already. I'm like, do I not look like I don't look like I'm from here or what? So it's getting heavy out here. I don't know what it all means. If he does that, he'll go down in history. He sure will. I just don't see it happening all the way. And here's another thing. I know that we kind of briefly mentioned it, but him wanting to unclassify the documents of MLK and RFK and JFK's assassinations. I told y'all, they said he was friends with that man and he was trying to get justice. Now, I didn't know about the whole MLK thing. That one was new, but I knew for sure that they were trying to resurface the whole JFK RFK thing. Now, I don't know what it's going to do for us. I don't know, if they do find out that it was an inside job, then what? So I don't really know what the point is of bringing it all out, but I think many people know that MLK, that was an inside job, just like Malcolm X. So, I see more racism today than 15 years ago. These people have bought the narrative. Really? See, I hate to sound like Lil Wayne, because I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist. I just hate that you're saying that you're seeing it. I only see it on TV. I live in a city which is a big melting pot. I mean, from blacks to Hispanics, whites, Asians, like we're all here in my city, and people don't really be fussing like that. We're all at each other's spots. Like we don't. So I don't know. But I hate that. Because I think some people will take this administration and use it for evil. I definitely see it. I don't trust his VP. He had some shady money donated to him, 15 million by one sketchy ass dude. Oh, for real? I mean, he looks creepy to me, but to be honest, I don't know too much about him, but I'm definitely going to have to. I mean, but they all get donations from weird spots, but we'll definitely have to keep our eye on him. Because 15 million from one dude, yeah, that's a little shaky. The deep state won't be needed anymore once the real handlers, aka Species Underground, arrives and takes over. That sounds so scary. So Trump is cleaning house for the fallen. So that's so crazy because on the surface it looks like he's cleaning. What did they say? Draining the swamp. It looks like he's draining the deep state out. But man, you're right. He could easily be, changing the guard type stuff. But yeah, you're right. They are getting ready to hand us over to these species for sure. I was reading Manly P. Hall, getting ready for this next video, or one of the next videos, because I'm writing so many pieces right now at the same time. And he was speaking about how certain Quetzalcoatl, if I'm pronouncing it right, he promised his people. They said that he came out of the sea, and that he promised his people that he'd be back. So they're getting ready for something big. That's all I know. I just don't know if I'm ready to see these creatures, y'all. I just don't think I am. Mm-mm. Thanks God I moved from the border because it got so bad. Yeah. I'm south, but not that far south. Like they can't just run up. They got to travel quite a few hours to get to where I am. You said if they could deport us, they would. Well, they need us here for work. They need us here for workers. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of because they're trying to enslave us, right? But who's going to be doing all the work? If they kill us all off and enslave us and stuff, I'm just trying to figure out how this is all going to go. The exposing of those documents implicate Israel in all three. Interesting. Okay. I got a lot I think that put a lot in my head right there. That'll be pretty interesting. Do you think that if people found that out, I'm just wondering what people, sorry, I keep cutting myself off, but I just don't see the American people doing anything about it. If they find out all of these conspiracy theories are true, and they find out the deep state created Israel, and they found out all this stuff, what are they going to do about it? So many people have fallen away from the truth that I just don't see them doing nothing about it. You said, hey, Auntie, hey there. How are you doing tonight? I appreciate you showing up, saying hello. He wants to put MLK on blast for being a womanizer. You know what? I don't. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that? Now, I didn't know how deep he was with the quote unquote snow bunnies, but I thought we all knew that. I just don't think it's going to take away from what he tried to do as far as uniting the people. I mean, it's so much. It's so much. MLK was close to them people too. Forgets that. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. And he might have been a puppet for all we know. Like so many people that we thought were, the good guys, they really weren't. What's going on? Peace to you as well. Thanks for being here. He said, well, cities are the most diverse, but take a trip out of the rest of the 45 states we fly over all the time. I can imagine. I can imagine. So like I said, I don't want to downplay what other people go through. Not trying to do that. But I think that a lot of this is being used to incite a war between us, because a house divided against itself can't stand. So if we're all in the house together and we're all fighting, they know that they can easily pick us off. That's why they don't want us coming together. That's why they can't have, a person that looks a certain way having a lot of money influence. Just like Hobson said, they told him, you are going against the agenda that we are trying to put in front of these people. So we're going to have to change it up. You're now going to have to play Gucci Mane. They do not want people. No, they don't want it. They don't want it. He's the hillbilly elegy. He wrote the book and the movie is based on the book. Mm-mm. Yeah. Said I grew up literally not seeing colors. Wasn't till I was grown. I saw people making judgments off folks' skin suits. Yeah. And it's so crazy that you're not allowed to really say that. You're not allowed to say, I don't see color. Because people will jump down your throat. But yeah, most of us grew up like that, especially I was a military brat. So we moved to all kinds of places. Saw all kinds of people. Never thought anything of it. Yeah. Exactly, DeAndre. Quasicodo is the plumed serpent, aka Amurica. I'm so glad you know that, because we're going to be talking about that soon. Yes, exactly. The serpent god. Exactly. Yep. And he has many other names as well, but we'll talk about that soon. Said Trump is the perfect person to triple cross the American voters for the elite, only to cross the elite over to the spirits and beings that have been handling everything behind the scenes. I know. Why him? Why him? Why? Why is he perfect? He's a good businessman. He's, I don't know why. Why would that? Not saying that's not true. I'm just, man, it's so hard to know, like, who's gonna turn face. The lure is copper kills the creatures, get copper bullets and copper blades. Really? Is this So is they kind of like, because I know they always say silver kills vampires. So I guess I never heard about copper killing people, or not killing people, but killing these creatures. But it's just I kind of want to know what out of all these creatures that they come up with, what's true, which ones have people really seen. They want to depopulate to 500 million. I think it's 500,000 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, according to the Georgia Guidestones, exactly. And so the food supply, vaccines, all kinds of stuff they're using to do it. They let killers get off. They let them back into society. I mean, they do so many different things to take us up out of here. What do you think about FBA getting reparations? Ooh. Would it be the right thing to do? Yes. Because they do it for everybody else. They do it for the Native Americans. They do it for the Asian. They do it for everybody else. And they know doggone well the impact that colonization, all that did to Black people. However, a lot of us weren't even close enough to experience it. And I don't know. Here's what I don't want. If we were to get reparations, I just don't want it to be used as a crutch, how so many of these government programs and things do for our people. And I just don't know I just don't think it's going to be free. They're going to say reparations, because we owe you. But as soon as the money gets in hand, I think you're going to have to pay something greater. I just don't want no handouts from these people, because I don't know what comes with it. So great question. A great question. I don't know if we necessarily need reparations to get on our feet. It would be nice. But so many people think that we're not strong enough, we're not smart enough, we're not capable enough already. And I don't know. That's I'll just stick with the first 2 points. I don't want it to be a hindrance to us. And I don't know what we're going to have to pay for it if we were to get it. The CIA agent that killed MLK confessed on his deathbed. Oh, for real? And see, that's just great. There's a lot of deathbed confessions. I mean, did he say why? Did he say it was because it was too positive of a, was it too positive? He was disrupting the agenda. Trump is far from perfect, but his uncle kept those Tesla papers on time travel. I think I heard about that as well. Yeah, they don't like him. There's a lot of reasons why they don't like him. I just don't know if he's being used. I don't know if, I just don't know. That's pretty cool though. I did hear that. You said we're cooked. It was right in front of us the whole time. Epiphany's a military brat. CIA crisis actor. Oh, inside job. Yeah, right. Heck no. I don't want anything to do with the military. You know, there's brave men and women out there that's for, and it was never for me. Mm-mm. Many ancient civilizations speak on the copper killing them. Giants are mentioned being killed with copper swords and spears. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even done the Giants video yet, but yeah, definitely gonna have to get into that. Like, how do you even find something like that out? Yeah, how do you even find something like that out? That copper swords and spears kill giants. Reparations now when the dollar is about to poof vanish. Yeah, it just doesn't. I just don't trust these people. And I think that if they were to do it, there's a reason behind it. There's an agenda behind it. So I just don't trust them. Give us our land. They ain't gonna do that. Mm-mm. The Vatican, and they have bought up all the land. I think there's only a few places that belong to a few Native American tribes, but for the most part, they have it all. Well, for one, Trump has the most pull in the BlackRock company, first off, and whoever doesn't take the clown with the guns serious dies laughing. See, that's the thing. They be having their hands in these different companies. You don't even know it. You said the Black community excelled before government assistance. Exactly. And I think a lot of people will say that, back in the day, even during Jim Crow, they were better off. Families were together, people were making money. And now everything looks degraded, and you're supposed to have more money in your pocket, but no. Yeah, that's sad to hear. And there's a bunch of rituals regarding Isis and Osiris that matches exactly up to Trump. Oh, really? We're gonna have to break some of those down. I hadn't heard. There's so many rituals, they have so many different mystery schools and rituals and stuff. That's crazy though. I'm just trying to think of and I really need to read it again, but it says that his, the Antichrist, the deadly wound was healed. So I don't know, when it speaks of deadly wound, I don't know if it's being literal. Like, are we supposed to count them getting Trump out of office the first time as like, oh, they thought he wounded him. They thought it was a deadly wound, but then he came back and his deadly wound was healed. Or is it an actual assassination? If y'all know the scripture I'm speaking of the Antichrist. So yeah, I'm just keeping my eye open. I'm not backing none of these mofos for real, because I don't know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. More African American families were living out the nuclear family dream. They had higher literacy rates and lower rates of poverty till government assistance. Then you saw a massive spiral down. Exactly. And then they started paying women to get the men out the house. And women still do it today. They rather take the child support check, the alimony, than to keep their families together. And then you can't even bring up nuclear family these days. They start hopping on you about that. Everybody's family is different. Okay, but What what you know what? I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even gonna get to ranting about that. No one ever talks about how great they were doing back then. No, no, I can't say that I heard anybody talk about it, but I can also say that I didn't hear people complain either. Like my grandma had a busload of kids, and even to this day, I've never heard her once talk about how she struggled to feed them or nothing like that, or she didn't want her kids. Or never, never anything like that. So I don't know if they just sucked it up and just did what they had to do, and maybe we're just too soft now. I don't know. You said, yeah. How we know you're not under MK Ultra. Also, sorry, calling you auntie has stuck out. It's all good. Listen, I can't. I can't. I'm not even. How do I say it? Yeah, I'm not a gullible person, and I'm definitely not a pushover. Like you can't just put stuff in front of my face and I just go with it. And that's not me. And I, again, like the whole army or military thing, I don't have the temperament to be in the military because you can't be in my face screaming about nothing. No, 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 no. Um, yeah. So if they got me, I don't know about it, but now I'm against all this stuff. No, if I get taken up out of here, it's because I said no. The military is known for covering up sexual abuse on a mass scale. Have you heard of, is that Lavina Johnson? No, Lavina Johnson. No, I haven't heard of her. Let me get my laptop so I can start. Because I heard, again, I hear a lot of stuff happening at Fort Hood and a lot of the assaults and stuff that were happening there. Oh, she was found in, okay, so Lavina Lynn Johnson was a soldier in the United States Army who was found dead in a tent in Iraq. Her death was ruled a suicide initially, but evidence of rape and battery led her family to believe the United States Department of Defense covered it up. They probably did. That's so sad. She had only been there for 8 weeks before her death. 8 days before her 20th birthday, they killed her. I mean, they just have, again, and another reason why I couldn't be in the military, they do corrupt stuff. This is the reason why I had to get out the law field. I was a pre-law major. I realized, oh, I can't be on the stand line for these people. If you did it, you did it. And I'm not going to say you didn't. So I'm not going to be creating a defense for you at all. Just like a girl I knew in college, she ended up killing somebody. She killed her boyfriend. She's serving life right now. They wanted us to write letters to the judge. Get her out of here. I'm not writing a doggone letter. She killed that man in cold blood. So no, couldn't be me. No, but that's sad though. Um, and stuff like that happens often. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, they do it. They do it way too often. Psyop, that's why he killed him. Wait, psyop. That's why he killed him. The government most surprised cure is influence. Once you understand that, it's clear the things they're willing to do. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's why I don't know, you gotta stay on a small scale. But sometimes I feel like even that's not safe. I feel like they'll even get you for just walking around your city helping people out. Like somebody will find a way to take you out. It's just crazy. Mm. Them natives be heavily entrenched in witchcraft. Yes, they do. They're rainmakers and everything. And that's why people get mad at you when you speak against witchcraft, because they're like, okay, well, our ancestors did it. Yeah, but here's the thing. Ancestors knew that they were practicing witchcraft. The ancestors knew that they were following idols and that they were doing sacrifices and things like that. Y'all new age witches, y'all don't know that you're practicing witchcraft. Y'all are trying to talk down on it. Oh, well, no, we're not. Yes, you are. And everybody knows it. And your ancestors, if they were still here, they would have told you they knew it too. They did better than the white counterparts. Many statistics on this, exactly, just like they have many statistics about how white people are the partakers mostly of welfare, food stamps and welfare. Yeah, but they'll make it seem like, it's everybody else. But the scripture about the Most High saying vengeance is mine could be a lie to keep the righteous people from actually fighting back. Oh, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't say that. To me, I just took it as, why should we have blood on our hands? Like, yeah, I don't think he wants us to have blood on our hands. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. Like, that still applies. That still applies. So I don't know about that. And also this, we're not fighting against flesh and blood. And he said that too. We are fighting against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. So we can pull out guns and knives and stuff all we want to. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help us against spiritual attacks. And yeah, that's where we need to learn how to fight. So no, he don't want us. No, he doesn't want us mangled and dead down here. No, but he doesn't want us being evil like them. And man, I saw a police body cam video of an arrest. The kid was speaking about MK Ultra, saying Masons were out to get him. They labeled him schizo. What if he was speaking reality? They probably knew he was speaking reality. Because these cops there's a whole brotherhood to itself. I think, matter of fact, I don't even think I posted it, but I was up real close on one of the, I guess, sheriffs or whatever, police officers' emblems up here, and all the crest and all that kind of stuff that they abide by. It's a fraternity. They know what's up. And now they have it. Man, I can get into so much. I'm a hold on to that. Hold on. He said, I got stories for days from there. They run some effed up military programs there. Yeah. And, there's so many people, man. I really want to pick a lot of military people's brains. I know they can't talk about it. A lot of these people have clearance, high clearances. I remember being in one guy's house. He was like, you would not believe. Like, he told me, I cannot tell you a lot of the stuff the military has going on, but he told me I wouldn't believe it. But he wasn't going to say nothing because he was afraid of, I guess, them pulling a kick door or something. She was 5'4". They said she used an M16 to kill herself. It was too big. Her father was a general in the army, I believe, and helped to get an autopsy done. They found out gloves were glued to her hand. My goodness. My goodness. I mean, I'll be having so many questions. Like, are they, man, I just have so many questions. And the military is male dominated, but I mean, there's a lot of females there. But I'm thinking, like, y'all be in the barracks with all these men, y'all be overseas with all these men, and you have no way to protect yourselves if in fact they want to gang up on you like that. Yeah, that's sad. You said hiding DNA. Yeah, they definitely do that. I mean, I don't even know how legit these ancestry companies are. I mean, they got us all so mixed up. We can't tell the Native Americans from the blacks we can't tell. And then you got Jesse Jackson calling all copper colored people African American. And I think that was an agenda as well, because like you said, if we don't know that this is our land, they have no reason to give it to us. Yeah, that's right. A person with influence is like having a modern day prophet. Yep. Yep. Which is why they have been so successful with, putting quote unquote stars in front of our face, putting them in commercials, to help sell products and stuff, because they know that people will follow them. If they like them enough, people will follow them. And so, yeah, but that could be, that could be to do the population of them versus everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, again, Goyim versus non-Goyim. That's what they said they were trying to do. So eventually it'll be their whole family, their whole bloodline, the 13 bloodlines or whatever, and then against all of us. Elson, I pretty much said the same influences the currency government cares most about. Yeah, I can see that. Because they can stay behind the scenes. If they, again, with these puppets, they can stay behind the scenes and then just push the puppets to the forefront. When they get done with them, they just get rid of them. The Severance TV series shows a whole company using MK Ultra on their oh my goodness, on their employees. That's something you can watch. It's pretty good. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. What is that on? Severance TV. Oh, it's already on season 2. Oh, it's on Apple. Let's see, Apple TV and Amazon Video. Okay, it's on Amazon for free, so I'm gonna have to check it out. It's directed by Ben Stiller. Ooh, interesting. I felt like I wanted to say something about Ben Stiller. I saw he popped up on my radar the other day, but I don't even remember what it was right now. So I'll have to come back to that. Cops are indeed a brotherhood. Most, if not all, cops are Masons as well. Exactly. Yep, a large percentage are secret society members. Yep. Most, yeah. They say that the military create the technologies, then it trickles down to the masses civilians. An example would be GPS. Oh yeah, for sure. Military always gets stuff first. But they're the I mean, they're the arm of the deep state. They are the force. They are the ones that make sure that everybody gets into place. Because they know people are not going to go up against whole armies like that. They got guns, they got tanks, they got bombs and stuff. They know that. Yeah, that's just crazy. You said also that false prophet Celeste got her Trump prophecy wrong yet again, just to give you a closure on her. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't see what, again, I've only watched a few. I didn't see what all she said about him, but poor lady. I know, I feel like she got some stuff right, but yeah, I just feel like she just got too happy with it. I mean, I sure hate it for her. I mean, but I don't think that's going to stop people from watching her. I know. I think I Googled her or searched her today. Matter of fact, to see if she had came out with anything else. But if her titles doesn't say anything that catches my eye, I really don't watch it. I really just watch it for specific prophecies and stuff. But yeah, that's sad to hear. I'm about 89% sure that there's some mind control stuff going on. Fort Hood, the area has seen some of the most violent occurrences in the nation. I was present when the dude shot up the really? You were there when he shot up the fort? That's crazy. I mean, there's got to be something going on there because, like you said, a lot of crazy stuff comes out of Fort Hood. But again, like they say, a lot of these military bases are down. I don't even think they can do anything about it. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't be me. I can send you a link to a movie site where you can watch all this stuff for free. Cool. Because I know my husband was showing me something the other day, but when I went to it, so many ads kept popping up. I was like, I'm done. So, but most of the Black people know that they're the true copper-colored Indians of America that have no ties to Africa or slavery. Why would they give us our land back if we refuse to fight for it? I agree. But I agree. But you just can't say that to everybody. I know people that they get upset when you tell them, "Oh no, I'm Native American. I'm this," and they're like, "No. You just don't know your history." It's like I got you because they teach us that every single one of us comes from the continent of Africa. So I get what they mean in that sense, but after the flood, after the Tower of Babel, I think is what we're talking about. And I think that some of our families are from this continent. Hey, I don't mind a good bootleg. I do not mind. I'm from the era of bootleg DVDs and CDs, so no problem with that. Yep. Shoot, I was around when, just to date myself, Napster. When Napster came out, I was on it. The military reprograms you the same way school does. Most of the soldiers have been programmed without realizing it. Tony McVeigh is a prime example. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely in the sense of programming them to do whatever the military tells them to do. I know that for sure. Yep. That you're doing a good thing fighting for your country. And if it wasn't about, if they weren't fighting for a corporation and they were actually fighting for the constituents in the country, then that would be one thing. But they're fighting for the corporation. to make money. Okay, no, yes, please send me that link. Thank you. And thank you. But yeah, so crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff going on. And I'm just noticing that. So tell me what you think about this. So I found this other. Now I promise you, I do not go looking for Jay-Z. I really don't. Articles pop up about him, but I saw that he is now in a partnership with this South Korean company that I'm guessing that artists sell their royalties to these people, and then they then divvy up the royalties so that you can buy it, I can buy it, and now we can all have share in these artists' accomplishments, I guess. I really don't understand the point of it, but I just thought that it was pretty interesting. Number one, that Jay-Z is in all these lawsuits. Well, Rock Nation is in all these lawsuits, but yet he's still continuing to make this money. And then his wife drops that she's going on tour again for Cowboy Carter. I just think they're trying to get up as much money as possible. I don't know. Something don't seem right about this. And I was zooming in. You can't even see his eyes. Like, I just don't know how to feel about this. I think Jay-Z's guilty by all means, but I also think that they're using his company to make as much money as possible so that when these two go down, they get to pocket it all. I just don't know. One of my closest friends works as a contractor. He builds lasers for the military. He claimed we have some wild tech. He said there's not green men in spaceships. That's our tech he worked for. Oh, that, yeah. I mean, because even the Nazis had the UFO saucers. So yeah, I don't believe that these are aliens for real, that are in these tech, in these, working this tech. That's crazy. Lockheed Martin for 13 years. Wow. I heard they were into some stuff. I think they're one of the main companies that have access to these alien technologies, if I'm not mistaken. Because I've heard their name and some pretty shady stuff. It said, "Don't take oath, so I'll never join the military to be an officer or firefighter." Yeah. No. I mean, especially not knowing what I know now. Again, I just never had the temperament to do something like that. But knowing what I know now, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't have anything to do with them. They're working for something evil. Wait, what you said about Jay-Z is the exact same thing Tory Lanez did with crypto, and Jay-Z heavily pushed the Meg Thee Stallion case that got him locked up. Oh, for real? Oh, that's why that makes sense. That makes sense because he works for them. Everybody outside of it, they can't do it. But they let this man, look at the businesses they let this man have, but they don't let anybody else do it. Nipsey Hussle, they took him out. Tory Lanez took him out. Everybody at Rockefeller took him out. I mean, not all of them are dead, but you know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, and I saw Tory. I mean, Tory's dad was going off. Yeah, something shady is amiss. is afoot. I don't know what they got this man on. I don't know what they got on Jay-Z, but this man got his hand in everybody's pocket. Dang, that's crazy. I don't think they are as rich as we think they are, to be honest. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Because it wasn't even Diddy screaming about how he's broke. Yeah, I don't think so. I think they rent these cars. Some of them, I think they rent houses so they can get on TV and flaunt like they got it. I think I think they're rich as long as they continue to be a puppet. That's why they claim they have endless money. But let them stop doing what the elite need them to do. They know that money's getting cut off. They all have Masonic and pagan symbolism in their emblems. Police cars here have the Knights Templar cross. Oh my goodness. And the cross of Lorraine on. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near them. If I saw that, oh my goodness. Mm-mm. That man Gay-Z is weird. I believe that's just a source to accumulate revenue before his Diddy case catches up with him. Exactly. And I saw people in the comments like, Beyonce, we ain't going to your concert, girl. They said, we're not paying for your husband's legal fees, girl. Sit down. They said we're still in debt from the last concert. So it seems like the tide is turning. They're even turning on his wife. But yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think they're getting as much money as they can. And then they're gonna let him go down. Yeah, it's coming in March. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they've been stringing us along or if they're really gonna name names. Yep. So everyone will be watching what happens up to then. Things are intensifying. Yep, I agree. All your favorite rappers do butt stuff. I sure hope not. And I mean, I don't have any favorite rappers in this day and age. But the rappers that I did like, I hope not. I'm from Texas. Well, I'm not from here, but I'm from Texas now. And, we like Devin the Dude and, you know, those type of people. I hope they're not into that type of stuff. Paul Wall. Let's see. I've always said the great deception could be aliens, little human, no creator. God made you what the green men did. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. But I guess, yeah, I mean, I can only see the only reason why the alien agenda makes sense is to deter us or to keep us away from the creator. Absolutely. Because I don't see any other reason to act like aliens exist and they don't. Yeah. But it's one of their programs. So we know that they're going to use it. We know that they're going to use the aliens. But to what extent, I have absolutely no idea. The problem with the tech is that it's so compartmentalized. The people working on the stuff have no idea what the end project is. One guy might work on the metal fabrication, another on the steel, another. Exactly. I'm telling you, that's why it's a circle within a circle. They use it all the time. They use it all the time. And I bet they can't even, yeah. I mean, that's just a lot of words right there. That's a lot. That's so true. On the navigation system, etc., and none of them communicate. They work on their specific tasks, and that's how block projects work. It's divided up. I believe it. Because half these people don't know that they have created something evil until it's too late. So I definitely believe it. Like the guy that said that he, created the microchip. He was the project engineer for Bill Gates. And he said they told him, do not read the book of Revelation, chapter 13. So they keep you in the dark as long as possible. What's the point of being rich and accruing assets? You can't take a single washing with you when you die. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, this all seems so, but I don't think it was originally meant to be meaningless. I think we feel it now because we've been put in slavery. Because the elites have enslaved us in such a way that there's no point. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing. There's really nothing. You can 15 cars. I mean, you can buy as many houses. It's not gonna. At the end of the day, mean nothing. Picking up CDs again. Physical media sales are up. Okay, people don't like the reliance on streaming, especially when the creators get pennies for it. Obviously, when you buy music, you actually own it. Yeah. I've heard a lot of old school, I guess old heads talking about that. And pretty much what streaming has done to the industry. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see that. Remember what Nas said in You're the Man, these people are disgusting. No, what did he say? What did he, because listen, what did he say? Because didn't he also have to do something strange? Didn't he admit to drinking pee or something like that? His own pee? Then get all on these beats and rap all hard like they not doing the rainbow stuff. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's so sad. You say alien, I say fallen angel, demon, hybrid offspring. Yeah. Yeah, I think alien is just, yeah, you just hear him saying it. You just hear him saying it. He said, RG said, wow, Lord help us. I know. But it's going to be, unfortunately, it has to get worse. I'll say, yeah, it's definitely gonna get worse. CNN made their first honest comment when speaking about the drone sightings. They said the government test tech and new things on the population before anywhere else. I see it, and that's why you got to listen. Yes, exactly. When you listen long enough, you let them talk long enough, they tell them themselves. But we knew this though. And we know that they like to start in small places as well. Because like we said, a couple weeks ago, we were like, we don't hear nothing else about it. It happened. It was all a frenzy. And then boom, nothing else. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Yes, we are peasants. Unfortunately. And they've been slowly enslaving us. With being rich, you can hand it over to your kids or whoever else, and your legacy continues along with any agenda you are working or progressing. That's true. And I think that we are supposed to pass down our wealth, to the next generation. Yep. But unfortunately, the elites don't want you to be able to do that. Unfortunately, the angel comes as an angel of light. So does his evil devices seem good at first. The Bible remains true. Phones seem nice at first. Now people have panic attacks when their phones ain't near them. Oh, I know. I just saw the clip of that one girl walked up behind, I guess she walked up behind her mama, popped her twice, then used her phone to call and lure her stepdad in, tried to kill him too. And I think it was all because they had took her phone away from her. And then what about the boy? I think they tried to claim that he was autistic, but he knocked his teacher out because she took that video game from him. Like, that's scary when you can't even feel like you can discipline your children without them taking you out. Over a cell phone? What? A video game? I can't even imagine. And I felt like I was on punishment my whole high school career, and never once did I think my mama got to go. Put me on punishment. She's got to go. Not once. But it's a lot. I just feel like a lot of these people are possessed, because it's happening more and more and more. But again, that's another part of scripture. It says, brother gonna be killing brother, daddy gonna kill son, and all. It says that we're gonna be turning on our relatives. It's our fault. We agree that paper with designs on it has value, and now we have to work for dead paper presidents. Ugh, I know. Isn't it so sad? I hate having to work for money. I don't hate working. I don't mind getting my hands dirty and stuff like that, but to know that every day that you, and I think somebody had a number. They said that for the first 3 or 4 months we're paying taxes. I'm like, dang, that's so sad to even think about. They're taking so much money out in taxes that our first 3-4 months out of the year working means absolutely nothing. And so I'm just very, very interested to see what he does with this whole tax situation. Because again, I recall they had a video. There was a whole, who else has seen it? I tried to look for it so that I could post it for you guys, but I could not find it anywhere. I'll have to try to see if I can dig through more pages of Google or whatever. But they had a group of these IRS agents, and the one Black lady I remember in particular, she said that she saw an ad. It was offering a certain amount of money if you could find the law that says that we have to pay income taxes. And she said, well, I'm an income tax agent. This is going to be super duper easy. I'm just going to take the money and, get the bag. She said that she had searched for this law and could not find it. Couldn't find it anywhere. And from what I understood, because I put the video up on TikTok, and they took it down for, I forget what they told me that I had did, but anyways, I heard they had locked all of these IRS agents up that was quote unquote spreading misinformation. But then I see this lady come back out a couple weeks ago saying, no, I'm still here. Like, I still don't believe that we should be paying income taxes. There's no law that says that. So I don't know. I just don't know. You said you did your taxes and the tax man said that we are paying taxes. You mean he was saying that Like we still had to pay taxes? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I don't know. The new rappers literally said, "If I'm a bad bee, I'd want to f me too. I'd want to suck me too." Excuse me. Ayo, pause. No D. I know, right? Yeah, it's getting scary out there. That's all I can say. These rappers are getting more suspect by the day. Scripture says we are to pass our wealth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially. We are definitely supposed to be handing down wealth to our kids. I wouldn't say it's our fault per se. It was the chosen people who made it like that to advantage of honest people along with usury, which is a killer. Yeah, I mean, it all began. I mean, in my mind, it all began with children of Israel saying they wanted a king, and we haven't been able to get out of that. But I also think that there's been a lot of infiltration, especially with the church. And so even though they might have had systems up that were beneficial to us and actually helped the people and fed the people, and we had a way to make money and things like that, I think that those systems were infiltrated a long time ago. And man, honestly, the biggest infiltrator that I can see is the Catholic Church, but and the Jesuit priest and all them, but that's for another day. Never thought about it like that in regards to tax. Yeah, unfortunately, paying all this money. Edelson, I kind of agree, but we have to agree to some norm of things. I always thought it was funny we paid for natural resources like water when it's free via the earth. Exactly. Like who thought that that was okay? When they first came and said, "Hey, we're gonna start charging off for water," I want to know what the heck happened. People were like, "Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea." Like, what happened? Who who allowed them to do this? Because ain't no way. Somebody walk up to me like, "Hey, I need a couple dollars for you to be able to drink this river water." What are you gonna do? Me, I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy, and I'm gonna go take a sip of water. But somehow, some way, we've been made to pay. Have y'all seen the Lorax? And they were bottling up air to sell it to the people. Like that's how I feel. I feel like we're in the Lorax. I'll say it. I hate working. I don't see the point in it. You'll spend more of your life working than enjoying yourself. Exactly. It's not, man, it's not worth it. I mean, I hate to be sad about it, but it's not worth it. And if it was just, oh yeah, I'm working for my family to be, then cool. But we're not. We're working to feed their family. We're working to make them rich so they can build all these castles and have all this land and stuff. That's what we're doing. Mm. He said, ask yourself why agencies like the IRS and the post office have stockpiled millions of rounds of ammo and thousands of firearms. That says to me in the IRS job description, it says must be willing to carry. Yeah, but weren't they, I think they started, I remember a couple of years back, they were talking about arming the IRS agents. I'm like, wait, what? But again, I just feel, I mean, it can't be one or two people that combats this stuff. You know what I mean? Like if everybody in the world was like, "Nah, we ain't paying no more taxes," what are they gonna do? Not a doggone thing. You said I blame the Jesuits. They have infiltrated every aspect of life and places of influence. Yeah. But unfortunately, people don't, man. Unfortunately, people don't see that part of it. Yeah, they don't see that part. And unfortunately, when you research church history, it only goes back so far as the popes. And I ain't talking about Peter. I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the Catholic popes who they claim have succession after Peter. You said, I don't call the Catholic Church the Catholic Church. It's more like a pagan participation party there than a church. I agree. But unfortunately, everybody sees them as the face of Christianity. Everybody sees them as the face of the succession after Jesus. And so, man, that's a whole, I could talk for hours about that. I just don't understand how you have an organization or a religion or a church, so-called church, that is killing the Christians, but supposedly they're the Christians. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah. I tell the young people, enjoy your life now. Your moment is now. Yeah, you got to. You got to. Um, hmm. Yeah, you just got to. The thing with the agreement, you can go get water yourself, but in that way, it's more like a service, like the transport it to your house. It's clean. Hopefully you pay for that. Yes. And I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. I would definitely want clean water sent to my house. But yeah, exactly, Cam the King. You could distill your own water. Because they say most of these bottles are poison anyways. I've heard so many bad things about Dasani. I'm like, what? Exactly. We could. RG, we absolutely could. They need us more than we need them. That's for rights. But we ain't gonna do it. What? I was fined $1,200 for collecting rainwater. They don't want you getting free resources. Are you serious? $1,200? Did they write you a letter? How does that even happen? Because I have definitely heard about that. I've heard certain places, they'll fine you for rainwater, collecting that. They'll fine you for planting gardens. And who does it come from? Did it come from the government? That's crazy. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. The IRS alone 4 years ago have over 1 million rounds of ammo and something like 50,000 rifles. That's so crazy. Are they going to turn them into the military? Like, mm-mm. The popes are evil. Yeah, I know it. He said, I always thought it was kind of gay to kiss the Pope's hand as a man. I don't know why they're doing any of that stuff. I don't know why they're bound down to that man in any kind of way. I mean, I know now, because, they're able to put in all these papal bulls and make all these laws as a church that supposedly the whole world has to follow. Like, I get it, but I just don't see how do you do it? I can't see myself doing it. I think partly because people want to deny God, the rebellious inclination to automatically attach something as horrid as the Catholic Church to God in Christ is automatic for people regardless of logic. I can see that too. I just don't understand how they claim to believe in God, though. And I'm not saying they don't. I know listen. I know there are a lot of Catholics that love God. I know they do. I just don't think they have his word because they're not able to read the Bible. They have the catechisms and stuff like that. Like, I had a Catholic friend, we used to read the Bible all the time. She's like, man, I did not know this stuff was in here. I'm like, yeah. Like, what are y'all reading in your church? They put the fluoride in water too, I guess. Shame that you got fined. That is crazy. I still want to know how the heck that happens. Have y'all seen the charcoal toothpaste? I just saw it the other day at the Dollar Tree. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Colgate makes it, and it might be other brand. But I started to get it because I'm like, okay, charcoal. I don't know what this would do. But then I looked it up real quick, and it didn't have really good things to say about the charcoal. So I just feel like they're putting a lot of stuff. And isn't fluoride? Wasn't fluoride used in some type of lobotomies as well? I thought they used that for medical procedures. True. I'm more concerned about I don't know what that is, or forever chemicals in the water supply. Yeah. It's scary. The county I live in sent someone to inspect it. I had a $10,000 gallon metal container and tubing from my roof to catch the water. They said I could potentially pollute surrounding properties. Oh my goodness. So there's somebody. Yeah, there's somebody around there. So what? Okay. So it's allowed to rain and the water is allowed to go all around the ground and it doesn't pollute anything or the surrounding properties, but you catching it in a metal container off your roof could pollute the surrounding properties. If the water can pollute the surrounding properties, then there's obviously pollution in the water, and we need to have a different discussion. Sounds like to me. That's so crazy. You said, Cam the King, you're right. I'm concerned about the plastics in people's environment, clothes, water bottles, health, and plastic products too. Exactly. That's why I be making my own hair products, make my own lotion, make my own lip balm. I do all that because they're putting too many things in these products. And I just saw a video not too long ago. This guy, he was squeezing not a loaf of bread, but a slice of bread in his hand. And then when he let it go, the piece of bread went back into place. He was like, this is not bread. This is styrofoam. We're eating mattresses is what he said. And so we don't know what's in this food. The worst that could have happened was the metal container leak and the water go into the soil. I guess when it rains, that's pollution too. If water is able to pollute. Exactly. And we know the water is polluted. We know there's a reason why they say don't eat the snow. And it turns black when you set it on fire. Like, we know it's polluted. But for them to try to blame you for that, that is absurd. Same here. Most people don't know how much is in their blood. Oh, you're talking about the chemicals, forever chemicals. Y'all so crazy. Tell them to put these nuts in their mouth. Y'all so silly. But for real, somebody, exactly. Somebody close had to do that. Yeah. Unfortunately, got to watch your back. I said the same thing. I guess rain is a hazard. Yeah, but I think they had if I'm not too no, I think they just classified that as acid rain, but if it seemed like all the rain, no, it can't be all acid, right? Because we wouldn't be able to go outside in it, but it's definitely not drinkable. You saw the bread squeeze? Yeah, that's kind of scary. Cause y'all messing with the bread, y'all messing with the fruit, y'all messing with the bread, messing with the meat. Not everybody can just eat plants. I'm sorry. Not everybody can just do that. Glass is safer than using anything plastic. When you microwave food on a plastic plate, you're basically slowly nuking your insides. Oh, for real? I try not to use microwaves as much as possible. I mean, I still use them, but I try not to. Because it's so easy to stand in front of that microwave as everything is cooking, and I honestly feel like my insides are being cooked. I don't know if that's true or not, but something always tells me move away from this microwave. Yeah, y'all, it's crazy. I'm sure some of the things we're talking about falls under the video you made, the U.S. corporations and legal wording, technicalities, bureaucracies, etc. Absolutely. That's just the foundation of it. So yeah, we can start breaking stuff down now, especially when we're talking about legal wording and technicalities, legalese, man. But I feel like there's a reason why this is not a class for everybody. Only if that's your major, do you take like law classes and things like that. I mean, I don't even know how much government you all have to have if you're not in that type of major. Like I had to take a lot of government classes. I had to take a lot of law, a lot of things like that. But they don't teach that to everybody. And one of the reasons why I wanted to get into the field is because I'm like, I want to be able to be a voice for those who cannot speak up for themselves. They don't make everybody take a law class. People get caught up in the system. Then I realized how corrupt it was. I'm like, I might have to fight from the outside. I tried to fight that feeling for a year that treated me like I caused some kind of spill in the Gulf. I think they didn't want me having the free resource and wanted me to have a water bill. Yeah, probably. Because they don't like anybody living off the grid. They do not. I've seen them go out into the desert looking for people living off the grid and try to shut their stuff down. Or they'll go out into the woods, people who like to live in tents and stuff like that don't want to be tied to CPS and all that. They'll go shut their stuff down. So, I grow and raise most of my own food. I'm not eating that poison they make. That's good to hear. And I know they're doing that in Cuba too. I don't know if they still are, but I remember watching a little documentary where everybody, like all the neighbors, they all planted crops. And, if somebody ran out of tomatoes or whatever, they could just go to the neighbor and get food. And so they were eating healthy out there. Us, not so much. We're tied to fast food and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, my whole life I stood in front of the microwave. Now I barely use one. I'll reheat on the stove. Exactly. Yeah. Words mean nothing now. They keep changing definitions and making it words like cisgender. Ha. Oh, I know. I ended up getting into it with this Asian man the other day in the threads. Do y'all know this man tried to tell me that air is not wind? I said, what? He tried to tell me that air is air and that it has oxygen in it that the animals breathe. And wind is pretty much the pressure, I guess, which is what makes the air move. But he was trying to separate it. And I was trying to let him know that back in the day, like the ancients didn't separate words like that. The essence of the word was not separated from what the word did. That's not how it works. Because he was trying to tell me that the word spirit is obsolete. It's an old word. It doesn't mean anything. And we got into a whole conversation, and I'm sorry to say, he was dumb as a box of rocks, but he believed what he believed, but he was just suppressing the truth because he didn't want to believe in God. Etymology is interesting. I love etymology, as y'all know. I love me some etymology. But yeah, they're definitely changing up words. Satellites are not your friend. You can't hide anywhere. They find what they want to find. I'll say that. They got all these satellites. They'll find what they want to find. Things they want to keep hidden, they'll do that too. Wait a minute. I got to skip a comment. You said, Epiphany, honey, not everyone is where you are in life. Don't stress about it. Listen, I don't know where that is. I don't know where I am in life. I do not know. I got some years, but I can't say I am not, I don't have a one up on anybody. I'll tell you that right now. No. Parts of Chicago have community gardens, okay, where everyone can come and take what food they need. That's good to hear. That's definitely good to hear. I feel like we need something like that out here. I don't live by a whole lot of farmland, so there's some places that have farm, but not too many. Asians were the human calculator before T9. Yeah, no, very, very, very smart people. Not every one of them is smart though. But no, I hear they're very good at math. Mhm. Were there any, I know this is a random question, but were there any Asians working on the NASA launches like they had the black women do? I think they mix retard blood. What? What? Oh my. In the water because more and more people seem to be getting stupider. Yeah. Well, again, they got the fluoride in the water. And if I'm not mistaken, they used to use that for the lobotomy. So they're definitely cutting off, that brain in some kind of way. But I mean, you've got the whole education system though, and how it's designed. They're not teaching these kids no more. They're not teaching these kids nothing. Mm-mm. I mean, it don't have to do with smarts, but I remember it was a few years back. I was working this place, and the girl, she was 17. She looked at me, she said, "Can you read cursive?" And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "Can you read this for me?" I was like, "What? Are they not they're not teaching y'all this?" She was like, "No, they stopped teaching us this." I was like, "Okay." So yeah, it's just, and again, I think I spoke about Common Core a couple weeks ago. I just, yeah, they're definitely trying to dumb down the kids, teaching them stuff that they, number one, have no business learning in school or is irrelevant in school. Like the whole gender ideology, that's irrelevant in school. It's not going to help you land a job. It's not going to help you do anything like that. Um, but again, it's on purpose because this generation, yeah, they are they're creating an army, and they're creating it out of the new generation. They're creating a new generation of puppets, of dumbed down people, because it's easier to control when you don't have the knowledge. You said, was I offended by the comment? No, not offended, not at all. It wasn't offended. I just don't want I ain't no better than nobody. That's all. Have I been to school? Absolutely. Did I graduate? Absolutely. Um, but heck, I'm not where I want to be in life. So yeah, that's all I meant by that. No, I'm not offended. I know we just talking. Multi-generational family farms have been going under in my community since 2018. Wow. Now, when you say going under, is it because they're not running it, or are they getting shut down? Because I've seen them shutting people's farms down and killing off their stock. School should teach you how to get out in the world and thrive. Exactly. And I think that they used to do that in a way. Like I never thought when I got out of school that I was ill prepared. I I never thought that. I thought, decisions, you can make bad decisions, but I didn't think that I was ill prepared to go out into the world. Um, but yeah, now but even then we had, okay, so I don't know if y'all remember this or who was there, but there was an option when you were filling out your high school transcript. You could take, okay, what am I trying to say? They had a section where you could actually decide that you wanted to go into a trade after high school rather than going to college. And so you would take trade classes like engineering or auto mechanic or things like that. Now it's just like this big blanket of it's just pretty generic classes, I guess you can say, unless you get into a real major. And it's not even anything. Yeah, it's not even anything serious. Like, I can't tell you, I've never used trig. I've never used trigonometry in the real world. Maybe because I'm not an engineer or anything like that, but half the stuff I learned in school, I never used. Um, Most people don't even read anymore. Exactly. Mm, yeah, they don't. I'm actually surprised that people still go to libraries. Like, I'm surprised when I'm in the library, people are there because everything's on the internet. So, the fluoride is a big problem. Drink a glass of water from a well, and immediately you notice a difference in it versus city water. There's only 3 states that have basically made war on fluoride. Ugh. It's just so scary to even think about. But I think I think that's one of the things that RFK wants to tackle, if I'm not mistaken, or somebody, one of them. It might have been DeSantis. I don't know. I'm getting everybody mixed up, but definitely want to take fluoride out of the water. It's because we live in an age of sensuality and emotionalism instead of logic and sound reason. Yeah. Yeah. Like, half these people would not have survived 20 years ago. Way too sensitive. I think technology has made people lazier and stupider. Yep, and that's another thing. It's pretty much been a gift and a curse. Yep, to put your mind to it. Y'all said nope, summed that up too well. Tomas has said, anytime I go out to eat, I can witness people on screens and in their phones sitting in the same booth as people. No one's speaking, just lost in their devices. Yeah. I feel like sometimes my family is guilty of that too. And like, we'll literally sit there and exchange memes or videos with each other. So sad. Well, the farms here are going under because it's hard to turn a profit now. Everything costs more, and the weather has been thrown all off for the last 10 years. And the growing season is shorter and shorter. Oh man. And that's not good, because if we turn it into the hands of the elite, they got it packed full of pesticides and all kinds of stuff. We need real farmers to keep this going. Man, I don't even know if they have farmers markets and stuff like that anymore. It's interesting, Epiphany. In the UK, we still have the trade thing you talked about. It's better suited for people that didn't gel well with the education system because it isn't for everyone. Exactly. Yeah, it's not for everybody. And there's nothing to be ashamed about if you didn't go to school or didn't graduate and things like that. It's really like, to be honest, I feel like I only went because it was a thing to do. Like, I don't know. Like, if I yeah. That's so sad. Then when some people, when you talk to them, it is as though they can't even be bothered. Yeah, that's the time we're living in. You said 20 years ago. Tomas, most definitely. I grew up in a time where you played outside till the street lights. Yeah, I can't talk till the street lights came on. Nowadays, it seems like people are in a rush to get somewhere. They don't have social skills anymore. Yep, I agree. We were outside playing kickball, basketball. Shoot, we even played flashlight tag, and that didn't start till about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And nobody was worried about getting snatched up. I don't even see kids play outside anymore, except for the kids across the street and their brothers. There's a really good documentary on fluoride that talks about they started putting it in the water because they had so much of it. What? and didn't know how to dispose of it, so they put it in there for you. Are you serious? You couldn't just talk. What? See, this kind of stuff would be making me mad. Like, y'all, they just be doing stuff just to do stuff. You put it in there because you didn't have nowhere else to put it. And then it makes me think, what do they drink? What do they eat? They know all this stuff is bad. But I've seen in them underground bunkers, they have food stored there. I'll just say that. They have food stored there. So I don't know if it's the real stuff and they just feed us the crap up here or what. Somebody's oh my. When I was 19, I used to be pissed when my mom couldn't stay off her phone for more than 3 minutes when I was talking to her. My, how the roles have changed. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can get back to the times where we actually hung out without being on our phones. I don't know. There used to be 6 multi-generational farming families in my area. There's 2 now. The other 4 properties were sold, 2 of them due to foreclosure. Oh, man. Yeah. Cam the King, manhunt, capture the flag. Full court, 5 versus 5, summertime bikes, forest hikes, man. That, oh man, we get flashlight tag, not flashlight tag, Red Rover. Red Rover, Red Rover. Red light, green light. I mean, there were so many things that we went outside and did. Water gun fights. All kinds of stuff. I don't see any kids outside doing that now. Whoa. People touching themselves definitely has something to do with it, with the rise of OF and free and easily accessible porn. People brain chemistry messed up for sure. Now that's something. That's definitely something. I mean, that's a mouthful right there. People's brain chemistry is messed up. Yeah, people's brain chemistry is messed up. They don't know if they're coming or going. They think everything is on a spectrum. Like they don't know right from wrong. They don't know truth from false. They don't know up from down. Like these people are all mixed up. They don't know girl from boy. And then they think the OF work is wholesome work. That's what's crazy about it. And they got all these women out here acting like prostitutes. Tomas, I haven't heard anyone bring up Manhunt probably in a decade, man. Good memories playing that. Brain Psychology too, yeah. I saw something on YouTube where this place that cremates people flushed the remains into town water supply. They claim that it cleaned through the system, but how do you know you aren't drinking Sarah? That is so gross. What is wrong with these people? In the water supply? You couldn't I would even feel better if you found some ground to put it in. But you put it in the water supply? Like these people are just evil. They just do evil stuff for no reason. I heard of an OF stat that blew my mind, no pun intended. What was it? You said that they said the OF models collectively made more money than all the sorry, I can't talk tonight. The players in the NBA combined. You know, I believe it because didn't she come out and make like, I forget how many millions of dollars she made when she first turned 18 and started that OnlyFans. They made her a multimillionaire. But man, I don't know. To me, it just looks like old gods. The old gods are the new gods. That's all that is. That's all that is. All that idol worship. Who they say was the goddess of pornography. It might have been Isis. Kick that cup off. I remember the water balloon fights. It was one street versus the other in an all-out war. Yep. Yep. The reason for the confusion is because the fathers have basically been destroyed. There are all fatherless behaviors. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can definitely see that as well. Okay, so do you think that who do you think who or what is responsible for the fatherlessness issue? Because I follow a lot of different conversations. And the men are saying that the women are leaving, and the women are saying that the men are leaving. Who's leaving? Who's doing it? And I'm seeing a lot of, I don't know. I don't know. I think fatherlessness is definitely an issue. I also think that there are a lot of moms that are just kooky as all get out. And so it's hard to tell. The young man who is a man said having sex with a man ain't gay. I said, nigga, huh? See, that's the type of stuff that makes me upset. And what I've seen, matter of fact, I saw it today on a thread. They keep on putting quote unquote, they keep putting straight in quotes. They keep saying straight men, but they put it in quotes when they're actually talking about gay, DL, or bisexual men. And that pisses me off. All the changing of definitions and stuff like that. No, like ain't no quote unquote straight. And ain't nothing straight about that. But this is what they want us to believe. Yeah, this is I'm so sick of it. I don't even see kids playing outside nowadays. When I go through a neighborhood when I was younger, you'd see bikes everywhere on the ground, kids running around. Exactly. Exactly. None at all. Porn stars have the highest suicide rate. These new OF girls better stop. Yeah. Yeah, they do. That's just crazy. He said, I've been looking into the pimp game out of curiosity. It's one of the oldest professions in the world. And when you understand why and how women end up there, it's an unfortunate how accepting it is these days. Well, I need to watch it then because I want to know. I mean, I'm not going to say I understand, but most people will say, oh, I do it because, they need the money. They're short on rent or whatever. But there's other jobs out there. Yeah, I would need to see that just to. One of the best feelings of all time was waking up at like 10 a.m. You see your friends heading down the street towards your house. Yep. And we used to ride our bicycles so far. We used to be all around town. Playing outside or sitting in the street just talking yeah, those were the good old days. Bad baby. Sounds like she didn't have a father figure. Yeah, yeah, she was the catch me outside girl. I don't know if she had a dad in her life. I know her mom was there. But she was bullying her mom. So, but it was disgusting. It was I mean, as soon as she turned 18. Thomas, right before cell phones, you just knocked on your buddy's door. Yep. Can so and so come outside? Yep. For the fatherless behavior, I would say that it's the erosion of Christianity facilitated by the Jews and the unbridled attack on Protestantism and Catholicism. Yeah, it could very well be it. The belief that those type of things like the nuclear family and things like that are antiquated, that type of stuff, for sure. Prayer out of schools was done by Jews. Who was that lady? Was Madeline O'Hare? I know she was one of the very, very big advocates of getting the prayer out of the schools, and her family ended up dead in the ground. And they still don't know who did that. But anyways, I don't know if she was a Jew, but she definitely had a hand out here in Texas for getting the prayer taken out of schools. But I see a few schools putting it back in there though. They probably don't want no trouble, to be honest. They probably see all these school shootings and they now know that they have removed their protection, and so they're trying to put it back. You said men can't have just one woman. I'd be interested to know why you say that. I know it's a big thing, and people say that monogamy is of the white man, but why do you say that? Fathers are responsible for the fatherlessness, but obviously it's a joint venture, so both parties need to be on the same page. Yeah. But I think people just so nonchalantly start having babies that all that other stuff is not. They don't even think about it. They don't care whether or not the other parent is going to be there or not, or whether there's a relationship there or nothing like that. You said you used to have a mom just walking down the street. Yeah. The government and the people's morals, most people don't care, try to make things work in a two-parent household. Yeah. Yeah. It's so frowned upon, though. That's what's crazy to me. It's so frowned upon. If you try to bring up anything like that, they get upset. The main issue is we have allowed superficially attract females in dating market to tell us what being a man is, and the lustful men at the top and the bottom of society follow their lead. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it's lustful men, and I think it's lustful women that are causing this issue. I definitely think so. People are just effing. No fear of God, no desire for marriage, no understanding of what makes and breaks a good relationship, just carnality. Yep. And I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm just imagining this is what, the days of Sodom and Gomorrah were. They were just drinking and being merry, not giving any thought. So fire and brimstone started raining down. So I tell yeah. If anyone got in trouble and your mother knew before you got to the house because all the parents knew each other, yep. You could ask a stranger for help. No one was getting snatched up. Yep. All the parents knew. They were calling. Yep, I remember the night in particular, my mama got the call before we even got to the house. Good. Those were the good days, though. And we're all still friends to this day. And you're right, nobody was getting snatched up. We didn't even worry about getting snatched up. It wasn't even a thought. Like, it's so crazy how naive I was back then. Never thought that any of this stuff was happening. You said there's a good video of this porn star talking about the heavy occultic presence in porn. I think her name is Mara or Marsha. Okay, I'll have to check. Yeah, I didn't see her testimony and check it out. But I don't see how there couldn't be. Like there has to be. Because sex magic comes from the occult. Like they believe, they believe in having sex. That's all I'm gonna say. Porn stars are basically feminists. I can see that. They feel like they hold all the power in between their legs, and I can see that. And they have the same talking points, I can definitely see that. Sometimes it's good to stroll down memory lane. I feel bad for these kids today. They don't know what a childhood is stuck like inside on some type of screen. Yeah. Like if we want, don't get me wrong, we had game consoles for days. So if we wanted to play video games, we played video games, but we definitely went outside. Matter of fact, we had no choice. There were some days where mom said, you got to go outside and play. Get some fresh air, stretch your legs. Oh, that girl, I find that attitude super masculine. I couldn't ever be a catch me outside. Oh, you could never be with a catch me outside woman. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it was a lot. And she didn't want to listen to nobody. And then, look where she's at. I hate to say it, but look where she's at. She a baby mama. She getting beat down by the baby daddy. And, maybe that wouldn't have all happened if she was actually listening to the adults in her life. I went to school in Texas for middle school. We had the Christian flag in the classroom. Oh, all the way up to junior high. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So there was a public school that had a Christian flag back in the 90s. Yeah, nowadays, like I said, I know some people are trying to bring it back, but he said a woman can't tell me how to be a man. I don't go to my dog and ask him for cat advice. No, yeah, I don't like that either. And they're like, oh yeah, a real man wouldn't. I'm like, how would you know? How would you know? Because then we turn around and tell them like, well, you can't tell us what a woman is. All these men that think they're women, and we're like, no, you will never ever know what it's like to experience womanhood. So many people have STDs. How it's disgusting. I don't know if I even want to date. At the time, it's like 1/4 or 1/3 now. I know. I heard Houston is burning up. I heard. Well, obviously we know about Atlanta, but heck, I'm surprised that they don't mention San Francisco as much as they do like Houston and stuff. There's got to be a lot of muck going on out there with all the debauchery they're into. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine dating right now. Masculine women are on the up, and it's so strange to see. You can see that some of them want something genuine, but the lack of femininity, they are around for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, and it's being promoted pretty heavy. Like I saw, who was that? Glorilla had the nerve to be on the internet, boohoo crying about, oh, I'm celibate now. F these. I was like, wait, how you a player, but you out here getting your feelings hurt? My husband was mad at me. I'm like, why are you mad at me? She's the one promoting toxicity to the females. She's the one that told all the females they need to be toxic in their 20s. Now she's getting dogged out after promoting all this toxicness, and you want me to feel bad for her? No, 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 I don't. You ain't about what you talking about. You're just pushing a narrative to get all these young girls to fall into the trap. It makes no sense. Yeah, I can't deal with it. It's like dating a man. I have no want to spend time with a combative woman. Yeah. I think that men are just very curious of other women. They can't help it. Men are very visual. Mm-mm. Yeah. I don't worry about anyone doing harm to me. Back then, I'd walk a city over with my friends and get a ride home from some random adult many times. We roamed and never feared our safety. Yeah, it was definitely a different time then. Yeah. Mm-mm. Just don't give them a time of day. That usually works for me for what I want for my life. It wouldn't work. Well, that's good that you all know. You know that you're weeding them out. Yeah, she's a baby mama, objectified her whole self. Old dude just swung on her nose to the side on some Daffy Duck type stuff for real. And then she got on the internet and was bragging about it. I could see if you got on there to make, awareness. I don't even know. I can't even say that. I'm just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But you got on there, you talked about it, and then you were back with him like a day or two later. So either you upset about him beating your behind or you not. And if you're not, why are you coming to the internet telling us all about it? He said, same here. When I was younger, I might have entertained it for a little bit, but now I enjoy my peace. I mean, that's good. I feel, yeah. I mean, but this is what society asked for. All of Central Texas is burning worse than Cali fires, but it's people's genitals burning in Central Texas, not their properties. That's a shame. That's a sin and a shame. But it's the culture that's saying, again, in my opinion, it's the culture that's saying, date 20 guys all at once. Give them all a chance. And knowing doggone well, these people are not sleeping with all these people. Like, because some people believe in sleeping with everybody they get with. Some people believe in giving a baby to everybody that they're with. That's just some people's belief systems. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Exactly. And Megan Thee Stallion promoted sleeping around, and she started crying once her boyfriend found out she was sleeping with a bunch of men. Sweetheart, that's what you want. Exactly. But these are the role models that are placed in front of these young girls. And then when things start happening to them behind their behavior, then they want everybody else to boohoo and cry about it. And here's the thing, there's people who are around my age that might have been on the Meg Thee Stallion type level. And I'm not talking about looks. I'm just talking about, getting around or whatever. but they wouldn't do it today. Like if they had to do it again all the way over, they would not do that again. And when those people try to tell the younger generation, like, hey, I wouldn't do that if I were you, it's, oh, well, you're old and you know, it's, you don't know what you're talking about. That was back in your day and all this other stuff. You can't talk to these people these days. People know too much for their own good. It's like the thing we were talking about before. People with influence are the modern day prophets, and prophets have their followers. Exactly. And so when we see the generation, and I speak for the women. I'll let the men speak for the men. When I see these generation of women coming up and they're following behind these superstars and they're telling them to do all this debaucherous stuff, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you are gonna regret it. You better find you a nice guy and settle it down now before that thing get old and don't nobody want you no more. The names these people come out with, yeah, people always choose make me laugh. Sexy Red, Glorilla, Ice Spice. I swear they research the dumbest sounding names than to sign on that. Yeah, I agree. I feel like their names are just as dumb as like the trans when they make up names. I'll be like, where are y'all getting this stuff from? But yeah, Glorilla. Why would you want to sound like a gorilla? Like, why? It's interesting how out of the loop people are with reality, but they're in the loop with the news and what's on socials, which they equate to being the same thing. I mean, yeah. But who didn't think that the news was true back in the day? Like everything you saw on the news, you were like, oh man, that happened. And you went with it. Now we know about Project Mockingbird and stuff like that and in false news. So we're not swayed by, every way of the wind. But there's some people out there that still think we're being told the truth. He said being a slut is promoted today. These young women think it's empowering to get their backs blown out looking at random ceiling fans that some dude does to make it stand up warm over her. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And I mean, you can't tell them nothing about it. But that thing get old and worn down. And nobody wants you when you ran through. They don't want you like that. They might want you to continue to run through you, but they don't want you to like lock you down. Lying to yourself about your circumstances is easier and more comfortable than facing the harsh reality of your life. Now that's true for real. That's definitely true. And I think, and again, a lot of people say bring back shame or, I think I saw even today, somebody was like, we need to start teaching reality again. Was that one of y'all that said we need to start teaching reality? Yeah, we got to go back to it. But I don't think it's going to be able to be done on a grand scale. I think it's really going to have to be done in your individual communities. So the news used to have me shaking in my boots, but I always had my doubts since the start. Okay. Yeah, I can hardly watch it anymore. It's too sad. I saw an interview where this guy who worked for a three-letter agency said something like 4 million psyops have been done on U.S. citizens. 4 million? And we couldn't even, I mean, I'm pretty sure we could pull out a handful, but 4 million of them? Like how far back could Man. Oh, that's so sad. Dudes are always trading their masculinity for sex, and so lustful. It even looks like a woman, and it has a hole. They down for it. I mean, I think there's some people like that for sure. I know a lot of men that yeah, they just will not let themselves get that far. Like, no, I'm good. Like, mm-mm. That's so sad. Well, people would rather have their delusions confirmed than realities call out. Yeah. Not they just give in. I read that last part. You said, nope, 100% dudes be sleeping with some questionable creatures too, man. Sad stuff. They just give in. Not they just give in. Oh my. And you said that number just told you that everything is a psyop. That's what it sounds like. It definitely sounds like we can't really pay attention to too much. Unfortunately. Honestly, like I'm like, if it ain't great, if I didn't read it in the Bible, the Lord didn't tell me, I'll give you the side eye. Let's see here. If you run through anyone ran through, make sure your health insurance will cover your future expenses. Yeah. If you can. Some of this stuff ain't curable. Some of this stuff, money cannot help you out. I question everything. I don't believe anything just because someone said it. Exactly. Yeah. Always do your own research. Always do your own research. That's what I'll be trying to tell y'all. I got to get my eyes on it. Find the book and read it. But yeah. When did I start questioning age-wise? So I believe I told y'all this. Mine really started, I guess I had to been about 22, probably around 22. And that's when everything started hitting me all at once, though. So it wasn't, yeah, everything just started hitting me all at once. Like once I told y'all I had that dream, I told y'all in the first dream video I told y'all I had the dream about the mechanic. The first dream, it was like a 2-part dream. First, I woke up and I was walking. I had a calendar. I had an actual calendar on my wall at the time. And in the dream, I woke up to seeing that calendar and it had like three days marked off. And then the second dream, I went back to sleep, woke up again. I was walking through the parking lot. I met the mechanic saying that I was going to be out for 3 days. And literally the next day, my tire went out or whatever. I told y'all all that story. But that was when I was like, oh, the Lord might be giving me dreams. Like I always knew about dreams. Obviously, I've always been a dreamer. I even dream in color. I know a lot of people I hear do not dream in color. I actually dream in color. And so he just more dreams just kept coming. More dreams kept coming. And then really with this whole conspiracy thing is when I read The Lost Symbol. So yeah, around 22 years old is when I really just started like, maybe the Lord is talking to me through my dreams. But it wasn't until I read The Lost Symbol that I started getting into like, I don't know what to call it. I hate to say conspiracy because obviously, I mean, it is a conspiracy, but I don't want to call it a theory. but that's when I started learning about like the deep state and what the elites were doing and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely in my 20s. I think everything before that, I kind of just I just went along with it, if that makes sense. Like in school stuff, I feel like I've told y'all this before. I never believed in evolution and stuff like that, but you're teaching me, I'll pass your classes so that I can get out of school. And that's what I did, but I never believed in any of that stuff. Never. This one lady asked me if I was looking to get married because her daughter was looking for a good man. The daughter has a kid. I wanted to ask her, where's the man who gave her the kid? I would have. Ma'am, why do you think? Oh, man. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. I ain't gonna say it. But that's a shame, though. And I wonder if she even asked that man that same question. That's usually how it goes. Once you have questions about one thing, you start questioning everything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you said say it if you bad. No, I don't want to make it feel like I'm disrespecting people. Because I'm not really trying to talk down, but no, I ain't gonna say it because that he said I can't remember the last time I had a dream. Really? I hear that a lot. Like I hear people say they don't dream and things like that. I dream all the time. They're not always like prophetic or anything like that, but I feel like a lot of times they are. But I also know that when I was younger, I was really, really into like those dream dictionaries and stuff like that until I realized, oh, y'all just kind of making up stuff to. But even from then, I really got into like, man, I wonder what these dreams mean, this and that. And then I started praying, like, okay, Lord, if you're going to give me dreams, then help me interpret them and things like that. So, yeah. You said God is a conspiracy theorist. I mean, he definitely let us know what was going to happen before it happened. He definitely did that. Yeah, but I can't say that I questioned too much. I mean, there was nothing really to question when I was younger. None of this stuff was even thought of. I had no clue stuff was going on behind the scenes. Stuff was so different then, y'all. Like stuff was so different. Like we didn't have a lot. It wasn't a lot of pink hair, blue haired kids running around. It wasn't none of this stuff happened. There was nothing to have questions about. Everything was pretty straightforward. Math was straightforward. Reading was straightforward. Like, yeah. I realized early on, pretty much everything we are told is a lie, and the truth is hard to believe than the lies. Yeah, pretty much. He said, if I ever dream of Powerball numbers, please tell me. Shoot, I wish I would. I would. And I don't even play the lotto, but if he told me, I definitely would. But yeah, y'all. Times are different for sure. But let us what we got coming up here. So if you're on Patreon, I have an exclusive video coming up for you guys. I think this is gonna be a deep one because I'm already baffled by it. So I can't wait to bring that to the forefront. Still need sign up. I'm gonna get the sign up for the panel. So I know we want to start doing a panel. Talking and with regards to that. So we've got that coming up. Let's see here. I got quite a few videos coming up. Like I said, I'm writing quite a few at the same time. So I'll be presenting that stuff to you. Thank you. Thank you. Nope. I appreciate it. Hopefully I won't have to go away again, but if I do, I will definitely give you guys a heads up this next time because I'll know for sure. Just pray for me, y'all. So San Fran is dirty. It looked dirty. It looks dirty. No, it doesn't. No, I'm just playing. It just, when I see, I ain't gonna lie, when I see a whole bunch of the Rainbow Coalition, I'll be like, it can't be too cleanly over there. To be honest, when I see single parents, it seems like they did it to themselves. Like before, back in the day, it would have been some died in the war, disease, but now it's like, oh, they're still around, just not here. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I've literally met a lady and I asked her, she ended up having like 8 kids. I ain't trying to dog her out, but she had 8 kids. It was like 5 or so different baby daddies. And I asked her, I'm like, why did you have babies with all these men? Like, what made you feel like you needed to give a baby to everybody that you dated? And she gave me some sorry excuse, but it was just that in her mindset, these people didn't have kids and she wanted to be the one to give them to them. Like she felt like she was bearing them a gift, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know if she thought it was going to save. So I don't know. I don't know if she thought they were going to want her. I don't know. So it's just hard to tell. He said, I love a masculine. It puts me in a very feminine side. Yeah, we like the masculine men. So we do. We do. Me too. I don't know what's going on with this generation. I just think that there's a big falling away. And the devil is creating his army. That's all I know. He is creating his army. And even though they don't think that they're on the devil's side, the problem is a lot of these people don't know that they're on the devil's side. They think that they're just, being virtuous and I'm just loving all people. And they just, some women think having a kid will keep a man around, which it used to, but that was when it was out of love, not lust. Yeah. The only people that suffer are the children. Like, I'm glad that my mom got married, but I have never met my biological father. And although that doesn't hurt me like it hurts a lot of people, I still know that it wasn't right for me. I still know that it's not right for me not to know him, if that makes sense. You said that this generation is more gay than the others. Yeah, and that's where the scary part comes in there at, because we know that the end times are going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. So how much closer do we have to get to that point? How far away are we? Are we like 5 more people in? Like where are we in this timeline? What if the Lord's like, hey, one more person come out gay? It's done. Y'all are done. Like, what if that happens? What if we just need one more? Most women I know don't like a what? Sorry, y'all's comments be catching me off. They don't like a masculine man. One of the loudest mouth women met ever said, I was too dominant. The nerve of her, of all people. That's so crazy. And I saw I don't know if she was a girl or what she was, but in the comments, and she was pretty much berating the ladies, like, why are y'all not dating bisexual men? And she was really in her feelings about it. I'm like, first of all, oh man. I just don't understand the mindset of some of these ladies. If you want your man like your man, cool. Why does the rest of the female population have to like it? If you want to be competing with your man over some dingaling, why is that why is that our issue? Why are you mad with us? I just don't get it. I just, some of these women make me mad. No offense meant here, but I used to have a policy where I didn't date women. You didn't have some type of strong masculine presence in their life, like a father, brother, uncle, stepdad. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Especially if you see what fatherlessness does to women. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I mean, yeah, no offense. You gotta be no offense. Shoot, I had a dad. It just wasn't my biological dad. So I ain't mad at that. He said, no, man, it's weird stuff. Like they have no concept of what a man is in their mind, no standard. It's intimidating to them when they see a real one. But I also think it's that Jezebel spirit though as well. A lot of these, it's just a lot of the spirit that's going on. It's a man hating spirit. It's a feminist spirit. It's a I am woman, hear me roar. You know, if I pass my cat out to everybody, then I am powerful. You know, it's just that type of thing. You're an outlier because I've seen it really hurt men too that didn't have that all the rebellious young women don't have the support system and then they be going crazy. Yeah, no. My mom got married when I was 2 and they're still married to this day. So I had a father. I just didn't have the one that, you know, gave his sperm. So, you know, and then I have a brother. I have a lot of male cousins, even though I wouldn't look up to them as any type of, you know, role models or anything like that. But yeah, no. I don't know. I guess I'm just a realist. I'm like, if you never wanted to be in my life, I don't see a reason to be up in arms about that. We've just kept it moving. Feminism is satanic. The early founders were all occultists. Yeah. But the feminists don't see it like that, though. I've seen many girls from good background and family with that Jezebel spirit, scary stuff. Yeah. Because something in them, Tia Mowry, she's the first person that pops up right when I was reading that. And how she had never experienced a man until she had married her ex-husband. And And now, for whatever reason, she want to go out there and be in the streets. And it's like, you had a good upbringing. You had a family that kept you from all this stuff. Why would you run headfirst into it? As if you didn't have a choice. Aren't you seeing what everybody else is going through? No, no, you're not seeing that? Okay, you just want to experience. Okay, you just want to experience it for yourself. I got it. But it makes no sense to me. My nephew has the same situation. He's never met his father, but he's a dad and he's coming along fine. Yeah. It's so weird because some people will take traumatic experiences and they'll turn it around and say, I'm never going to be that way. I'm going to actually do something different. And then there's other people that say, maybe they don't even say it, but they just fall right into it. Whatever they saw before is what they end up doing. And it's baffling, but I never understood how someone could bring life into the world and not care about it. Yeah. I don't even know if people, and I'm not even speaking about my situation, but I don't even think that sometimes I don't think they care about the parent. Like, I think if it was just a child, then I think they'd be okay with it. But people be having kids with people they don't want to have kids with. And so because of that, they just throw everything to the wayside. Forget you and that baby. Because the baby is tied to you. Like, if it was just the baby, I'll take the baby. But if you got to come along with it, no, I'm good on that. And it's a sad situation. I'm not laughing at it. It's a sad situation. But I think, hey, we just got to be more mindful. We got to be more mindful. Teach these youth, the people that are you're around. Okay, y'all. Let's see here. I bet you there's more people living in broken homes or without one of the parents than kids coming up in a household where parents are married. The norm is now having multiple kids with different people. Yeah. Pretty much. You said that's why you should never get naked with someone you aren't comfortable with possibly being a parent of your child. I know. It sounds like common sense. It does. But for whatever reason, you continue to do it. I hate you. Let's have a baby. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like, unfortunately. But hey, y'all. But okay, y'all. It's about to be 10 o'clock. You said as soon as she tells me I'm a baby mama, I'm running the other way. Opposite way. Well, guess what? If more women understood that, especially in the day and time that we're in now. So before, like a couple years ago, it would have been all good. But I think now it's coming to a head where people are sick. Number one, they're sick and tired of seeing it. They're sick and tired of seeing baby mama, baby daddy culture. They're sick and tired of having baby mama, baby daddy drama, trying to get into these relationships. And they're tired of having to pay, whether it's taxpayer money for these kids. Like, people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yeah, so I don't blame you. What do you think about dating outside your race? A lot of Black women get treated like race traitors when they do something that works for them, guilt tripping and such. I don't really care about people dating outside their race. do be with the people that make you happy. Yeah, it don't bother me none. Like, I don't really care. I mean, if they're the only time I see people really, really get up in arms about the interracial dating is when you try to put when you try to put your race down to date outside your race, I think is when people start having an issue. Like you date white men, but so you're always putting down black men as if your dad or your brother or whatever is not black. That's weird. But you want to go date Johnny? Go date Johnny. You know. Shoot, I did not know my husband was biracial when I met him. I'll be honest, he knows it too. I didn't know it till his dad came to pick me up to take us to the movies one night. I said, "I'm sorry, who is that?" He's like, "That's my dad." I was like, "Wait, whoa." But never, neither here or there now. But yeah, I don't think there's an issue, and not to me. I don't really care. It's only when people say, like, I had some guy one time, he started a conversation with me, and instead of just going on with his conversation, he had to tell me, "Oh, I don't date black girls." I looked at him like, why do you have to tell me that? I don't care that you don't date black girls. You thought that was supposed to hurt my feelings? It's those type that I give the side eye to. They may be sick and tired of sex. It's too enjoyable for them to stop. No, they're not tired. They're not the ones tired. I think it's everybody else that's watching the fiasco. They're the ones that are tired. That's hilarious, though. No, they're definitely not tired. Dr. Umar is one. Yeah. Oh, that's what the thought I was finishing out. So when you're extra. So the reason why people get on Dr. Umar, right? Because he's so pro-black, but then he be surrounding himself with snow bunnies, and people get on him for that. So I think it's a little weird that when people are that pro-black and then they start dating outside their race. I just think it's weird. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I just be like, why? How are you so pro-black and you don't, but whatever. I'm not trying to talk down. I'm stop myself. I always thought it was funny. People got butthurt about what other adults do in the spare time with other adults. Yeah. Yeah, no. Like, yeah, I don't know. I want whoever God has for me, if he has anyone for me. Exactly. Where you said, as a young man, I had a yellow bone addiction. I've been in recovery the last decade. I'm not even going to ask you why, but that's hilarious. That is hilarious. And is it true that Umar has 2 baby mamas? That's what I heard. To be honest, yeah, I didn't know he had any kids at first, but yeah, here he does have 2 baby mamas. Yeah, I don't know, Dr. Umar. Yeah, because to be honest, yeah, because he talked about how they were asking him why he didn't marry either one of them, and he was giving his response. So yeah, he definitely has 2 of them. You said, am I cutting the streams shorter now? I don't think so. I think the streams are getting longer. Yeah, I think the streams are getting longer. I really, it's not really a time limit, per se. I kind of just go through all the comments, make sure that I can, everybody's voice is heard. And then when it gets around 10-ish, I start wrapping it up. because I figure people got to get up early in the morning. So, yeah, again, more than one woman sounds like a headache to juggle. I'm okay with disappointing one woman at a time. Yeah. Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think most men can handle more than one woman, and I don't think women can handle more than one man. It's not like one side, but I just don't think so. People need so much for you to just be divvying it to multiple people, but that's just me. I'm like Jenny Wine. I'm stingy. I can't be. Also, God is shaking up the church. The old souls are being replaced. So many pastors are getting exposed still. Yes, yes. And that's I'm going to probably end on this note. Yes. So I saw that TD Jakes has another lawsuit against him. I didn't get to quite see what was going on with that, but I some's going down with him. You're right. God is definitely shaking up the church. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm stuttering, but because that's a mouthful. I'm seeing so many of these internet pastors and stuff, and there might not be internet pastors, but just the ones that they put on the internet, are getting called out, especially for their doctrines and stuff that they've been teaching. Did you hear TD Jakes was saying that Adam was Eve's mama? So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's been drugged up or what's going on, but a man can't be nobody's mama. That's number one, and he should know better than that. And then I saw Creflo Dollar had came back out and was preaching more heresies. So I'm just worried about the people that are sitting in these churches. He's sitting in these churches, listening to these false preachers preaching these false doctrine, and I just don't see how they still sitting in there. God didn't design or intend for us to have more than one partner. Oh, I know it, but let some people tell it. Again, they say monogamy is from the white man, and that he put it in. Yeah, they just make up so many different things. They make up so many different things. Yeah. You said I never understood these people have multiple people in relationships. I can't understand it either. I can't understand it either. I don't know. My husband is a handful for me. I can't more than one. I can't. And just getting to know people takes so long. So the fact that these people can I just can't keep knowing. I can't get to know people over and over and over like that, and then that intimately and that deeply like that. That's just crazy to me. But teach his own. T.D. Jakes is another person coming out against him for essay and stuff. Now Philip Anthony Mike Mitchell is lying in the pulpit and gaslighting his church. Creflo Dollar said God was a she. Yeah, I saw him. He sure did say that God was a she. Now I don't know this Philip Anthony Michael person, but is he the same person? Hold on, I gotta see a face, because I've been seeing some heretical stuff. Philip Anthony Mitchell. Oh, there it goes. I'm trying to see if this is the guy I'm thinking. Oh no, that's another guy. I don't know who that is. I'll have to. Yeah, I'll have to look him up. I haven't heard of him before. That's just too much. Yeah, but saying God is yeah, these people are crazy. Mm. Yeah, they never, I can see that. They never open the Bible. They're definitely preaching blasphemy. I've always wondered why basically no modern church teaches on the spiritual warfare being waged daily and how groups like Masons are actually making life worse for people. Well, did you see that other pastor that just pledged Omega? That's why they're not speaking against the Masons and spiritual warfare, because they're still deep in it. He just pledged. And I wonder what they made him do to get online, to be honest. You're right. It's draining to know so many people all for them just to get and leave when they're done. Exactly. And you shouldn't want that feeling either. Like you should, again, I understand the different spirits, but after a minute, like when you come to your senses, then you start realizing, wait a minute, I don't want people to just sleep with me and leave. I don't want that for myself. Like, yeah, I'm definitely not for swapping body fluids with more than one person at a time. I'm not sure my health insurance will cover me in those circumstances. If I wake up peeing green, probably not. Probably not. I attend a Pentecostal. They talk about spiritual warfare, and amongst ourselves, we talk about Masons. That's good to hear. It's good to hear that some churches are still talking and warning the people and teaching the people. The false prophet Lovi Elias kissed a man in the pulpit. Oh my goodness, who is this man? Lovi. Put my glasses on. Lovi Elias. These people are crazy. And these people sat in the church and watched it. Oh, I've seen his face. And they sat and watched it. I would have got up and walked out. First of all, I wouldn't have been sitting in his church anyways. And has the nerve to call himself a prophet. How are you a prophet and not know that the last days are going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah? And you're going to be the reason why the Lord comes back. Please, too much. Derek Prince. Okay, you said he was was one of my favorite pastors. He went into deep things. Did he turn apostate or is he still good? I feel like I've heard his name, but I didn't think it was tied to anything good. Oh, no. Okay, I'm thinking about something totally different. I think I have some of his videos in my watch list. Yeah, I'm gonna try to check out some of the things that he was saying. Yeah. Cool. Why are they trying to get people to think that being gay isn't gay? I don't know. All I know is it's part of the Antichrist agenda. That's all I know. And unfortunately, a lot of Black women are the forerunner for it. I don't know why. I don't know how Black women got to be the face of the gay movement, but and standing up, yeah, I don't know. So he was married. Lovi Elias, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, just got outed for having an affair while still with his wife. So did his wife know that he was with men? Because I'm seeing that some of these women are signing up for this stuff knowing full well, like, what's Dwight Howard's new wife, like, she know. Like, what do they get out of that? I don't get it. What do they get out of that? Is she there for them? I don't know. Couldn't be me. He said he think he passed away. He might have. Yeah, he passed away. It looks like in 2003. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I've seen some of his lectures. Yeah, he definitely talks about spiritual warfare. I never watched it. I just had it in my playlist, so I'm gonna have to get on that. They're trying to desensitize people to everything. They want that carnality and lust to reign supreme. Yeah, because that's what's needed to usher in the Antichrist. He said gay guys aren't masculine, so they let women do what they want. They're basically boss level yes men. So I was watching this, I wasn't watching it. I think a clip had popped up. Do y'all know some guy, I guess he's a dating coach by the name of Anwar? I can't remember his last name right now, but when I clicked on it and I heard his voice, I thought he was sweeter than apple pie. And I was like, why are all these women on the panel just gushing over this man, giving them dating advice? Why would you be getting dating advice from a gay man? But I don't know. I think people are trying to say that he does have a wife, but apparently that means nothing. But I said all that to say these women love hearing from those type of men. And I think it is because of what you said. They let them do what they want. They boost them up. They praise them. You know, they do not like masculine men. They don't like men. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. Just to clarify, he didn't have sex, but he was trying to convince the woman that it was okay for them to have sex even if they ain't married. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but how does anybody convince you of that? You know what I mean? Like, are you just sitting in a church listening to what these preachers tell you? You're not reading for yourself. The Holy Spirit ain't speak. Matter of fact, you didn't receive the Holy Spirit. So anybody can just say anything to you and you just go with it. That just makes no sense to me. Because guess what? Let me say this, even if we were having sex as teenagers or whatever, I bet you we knew it wasn't right. It's different when you know what you're doing is wrong and you can admit to that and you might repent of it later. But it's different when you know that it's wrong and then you're trying to convince everybody that it's right. Like, stop trying to bring people down with you. Derek Prince spoke heavily on secret societies, the enemy, the Catholic Church. He also spoke of free energy aliens. Oh, and other things you'd usually have to go down the rabbit hole to find. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to watch some of his videos. I want to see what he know. Men are less masculine today. So few of the people I know how to hunt, fix things, work on their car, build things, etc. Men are now pampered larger children. Oh, I know. So we were in a conversation the other day. So we have been talking about the girl with the whole Lyft situation. What's her name? Dank DeMoss or whatever, how she was a bigot and the guy didn't want her in the car. And I I was telling my husband how one time I was out in the field and my friend had to come help me because I had two dealers. I wasn't dealing drugs or anything. I was a door-to-door salesman. And but I had these two dealers with me. Now these are two gay guys, mind you, but one was huge. He had to be like 300 something pounds. And I was telling him how my friend had to come help me because it was dark outside. I needed her to keep me company while I changed the tire because the guys didn't know how to do it. And my husband got upset. He got not mad at me for real, but he was like, "You don't know how to change a tire?" I'm like, "No, I know how to change a tire." I said, "Those men didn't know how to change a tire." But it's just different these days. Like these are things that I don't know. I thought all y'all knew how to do. Yeah, we'll check him out. Yeah, but no, they're definitely not like old school for sure. Like people have taught me how to change tires, change oil, change brake pads, like all this kind of stuff. And thankfully, I've never had to like do it myself. Someone has always come to the rescue, but I know how if I need to. That was a big girl. Can you believe her? I can't. My. It said, nope, you'll like the gems he drops. He goes deep into things that are usually in the dark, and he really uses scripture well to support what he's saying. That's definitely what I want to hear. Awesome. Okay, well, I'll definitely give him a chance then. Um, okay, 100%. It's all appearances. They got beard, some height, muscles, a little money, and by standard of society, they're a man. No morals, respect, no values. Dating market looks bleak. I just don't understand what the women get out of it, though. Because a beard for what? Like, what do you do about loving? Like, do you got an outside thing or what? Anyway. Anyway, I had to learn all this stuff. I don't want to pay anyone to do something I can do for free. Yeah. He said 100% as a man, you should have utility. And don't get me wrong. I know everybody doesn't have, you know, that to be able to teach them. So not trying to bang on nobody for that, but I like a handyman. That's all I know. Respect seems to be one of the most lacking things today. Yeah, respect is definitely lacked. He said they're tricked epiphany, simple as that. On top of that, they don't have the skill or resources to suss out a good find. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, hopefully, as people are being more mindful about what's going on in society and what we're seeing, and how things that were said such long ago is coming to fruition now. Hopefully, we'll have more people that can, again, speak to the youth and just guide them. Shoot, maybe even speak to some of these adults. So now Canada put a 25% levies on the HS imports. Is this finna spark war or something? On the US imports. I don't know if it's gonna spark a war. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna spark a war. Can we go to war with Canada? I think I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what's about to happen with most of this stuff. Because I don't know their mindset behind it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it's for. Because they don't just do things for no reason. So I don't know what would be the reason why Canada would do that to the US. I'll have to look into that some more, though. YouTube is a good source. If you don't know how to do something, you can usually find a video explain. Oh, I know. I fixed quite a few things watching YouTube videos. Oh, okay. You said the question is, can they go to war with us? Canada is small, conquered compared to us. Their military is seriously lacking shit. Sorry, excuse my language. I didn't know they had a military. I didn't know Canada had a military. I've never heard of anything. Never heard anything about it. Canada needs to grow up here. I don't know. I think Canada. There's a lot of corruption coming out of Canada. But I also think that the reason it is so is because England owns them. You said Canada are the gayest. Canada's are the gayest country past the US, though. I think let both parties have a vogue off and loser goes home. Yeah. Okay, so is England gay like that? Are they into, I mean, just because I know so many of England's policies, come this way. I don't know, y'all. So silly. But y'all, I'm gonna get ready to get up on out of here. I'll let y'all get to bed or whatever y'all do on Sunday evenings. I'm gonna finish researching a little bit more tonight because I'm gonna try to get this Patreon video out to y'all this week. Continue to send me links and videos so I can watch them and we can talk about them. You said Israel is actually the gay capital of the world. Fun fact, I don't think they're even allowed to do that over there. My goodness. Edelson, bye. It was good. He said bye, Auntie. Thank you. I'll see you on the next go round. We'll be back this time next week. But yeah. Okay, y'all. I will see y'all next go round. We'll finish this discussion. Okay, good. Nope. I'm glad you're gonna sleep. Go sleep well, y'all. Okay, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye now.